Ratcliffe was unsuccessful with his attempt to get a hold of Chelsea.
Yeah, because he didn't want to follow process. That's why he was unsuccessful. He wanted to come to the party after the process had closed.
Yeah, look at what he's doing in Nice, in the south of France. I mean, hardly comparable to Manchester United, I admit, but he's been investing heavily. New signings, Kasper Schmeichel, Aaron Ramsey. The club also made a £10 million bid for Blackburn Rovers striker Ben Brereton Diaz. So in other words, when he goes anywhere, it makes a difference.
Yeah, I mean, let's get scale on these things. He's taking players on free transfers and inheriting some of their wages. There's no big transfer fees being banded around. But notwithstanding that, Manchester United is most likely in play. I poo-pooed the idea that Elon Musk may just be virtue or sort of not virtue signaling. We're getting paranoid, but that was the expression. Getting himself into the public domain for some sort of repute. But you never know with these people, because all of a sudden you see Ratcliffe come out of the ether. Look, I mean, everybody knows that the Glazers will sell. The Glazers will sell if someone writes out a cheque that's comparable with what they think they want for it. No one has ever said anything different. I'm not saying anything different I've said before. If someone is able to come along and write a cheque out for £5 billion, because don't forget, Man United is a wonderful sporting brand. It is arguably the biggest sporting brand around. And
so what is the cheque you write?
Well, I think it's probably somewhere between 4 and 5 billion. Because if Chelsea's $2.5 billion and Manchester United are far, not on the football pitch, but this isn't about football transactions to some extent. The pitch has got to replicate the overall picture in the end, but this is far bigger than that. This is about a worldwide influencing brand that was put on the New York stock market for a variety of reasons. One, because it's the domicility of the Glazers, but also because it's a market that could house the particular transaction. I think there's a possibility that there will be a variety of things going on. You want to see who's the debt behind the money that's in Manchester United, and maybe there's a discussion to be had about how that debt gets converted into equity and they become a passenger in the bigger picture, whoever the debt is that Glazers borrowed the money from. Arguably and debatably, people talk about debt. Do you know who the most indebted football club in the world is?
Go on.
Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham Hotspur owe the most money. They owe more money than Barcelona. They owe more money than Manchester United. But the level of debt that they've got is against the stadium. And the level that they're paying on the debt is far cheaper than Man United paid on their debt.
Right.
And of course, the income they get from the stadium services the debt and gives them more revenue. But they are the most indebted football club. So when we talk about debt and people get all up in arms about it, of course, debt that's used to fund the football club when it's losing money against debt that's used to fund the football club to develop opportunities, they're two different things. I think possibly, if Ratcliffe is serious and he's talking through his representatives, that somewhere along the line, the Glazers have got 70%, 69%. They reduced 8% last year by selling some of their stock when their share price bounced on the back of Cristiano Ronaldo's signing. So I think you could find yourself in a situation where if a Ratcliffe or a Elon Musk is interested, and these people will be interested at some point, that a 29.9% position is where they'll look to get to, because that gives them an effective control without having to buy the full football club at this moment in time.